has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hey guys, this is the real Spartan. As you know, I was saying before that I was going to play Darkest Dungeon when it came out full release. And here it is, full release. I'm just going to check if this is recording. Yep, it is. You can see my mouse. Even though I'm on a different window for some reason, it can still show it. I don't know if it's showing my mouse or the actual Darkest Dungeon mouse. The Darkest Dungeon mouse is like brown thing. So yeah. I have played this before. This is my test file, which I had tested my recording at. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete my other actual file. I'm going to start a complete new file. Now, what should I name this? Because your estate gets called the your file name estate. So I'm going to name it the real Spartans. Yeah, that's good enough. Now let's start this. There's going to be another cutscene, so I'm going to stay quiet for a bit.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
And that's the second cutscene. Now the thing is, I'm going to be editing these little loading screens out here. So, you know, where you would see these loading screens normally, I'm just going to cut them out because I have the ability to do so in editing, because I'm pretty sure no one wants to see these loading screens over and over and over again. And I'm playing this in windowed mode, by the way, so if the quality of the game seems a bit shite, then that's probably because I have it, you know, bit crushed a bit. So yeah, cut to when the thing actually loads. Okay, let's go. Map navigation. Click forth, click on another room. Okay, so this is Darkest Dungeon. In case you've never played this before, you start with two heroes. Reynold, the Crusader that is kind of garbage because he has Kleptomaniac as one of his quirks, and Dismas, a good highwayman because he has an extra 2 speed. Now you may be thinking, whoa, Spartan, I've never played this game before. What goes on in it? Well, we'll explain it slowly,
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
So yeah, in a hallway, use D to move forwards, A to move back, or you can use the mouse, and I actually do prefer the mouse.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
So here's a fight. Combat is turn-based, of course. You click a skill and then click your highlighted target, and sometimes you have to be standing in a special spot, or have your enemies in a special spot to use some skills. Take, for example, my highwayman here, Dismas. Yeah, he's a default unit. He can use Open Vein, because he is in either the first, second, or third slot, and there are enemies in the first or second slot, so he can do this attack, which is a decent accuracy. Damage modifier is not too bad, because, you know, nothing is going to really be 100% for the highwayman, or any unit, really. That's only your basic attacks that would do that. Bleed, 100% base. That is not a guaranteed bleed on anything, because enemies have bleed resist, as you can see down there. I can't show you because things, and I can't move my mouse down without that disappearing. So yeah, pistol shot, for example, would well, while I am in the correct position to use such a thing in slot 2, 3, or 4, there are no enemies in slots 2, 3, or 4 on the enemy side, so yeah, can't do that. Grape Shot Blast is good for hitting enemies in an area of effect arc, but there's only one enemy, so it's a waste. And Tracking Shot, just can't use it, and it's a buff. So I'm just going to use Open Vein. Now if the game lags, that's because I'm playing this on a complete, you know, my computer wasn't designed for gaming, really. So Reynold has a stun attack. He has an AoE attack that does, it's actually pretty good. He has a basic normal attack that does extra damage versus Unholy, and he has a defensive skill. Defensive skill is kind of complete junk. And he also has a damage buff because the torch is above 75. So I'm just going to use the basic attack.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
I'm already seeing a few frame drops. So yeah, sorry if this is laggy. I'll try and fix that in the next episode. Interactive objects. When you find stuff, you can interact with them. So, yeah, just check this thing, get some loot.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Now the torch goes down as you're adventuring. Now it's on 76. When I step in front of this, it's going to turn to 70, because each step you take on the little mini-map here reduces your torchlight by 6, and if you're backtracking through rooms you've already been to, it's only -1 though. So this is a scripted fight here.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Now you may have also noticed that the last enemy got surprised. These enemies didn't. Because the thing with this is, the higher your light, the more chance the enemies are to be surprised. Also, the lower the light, the more stress you get. Yes, stress functions in this game and is accountable by this little bar under the HP gauge. And right here. When it hits 100, your heroes are... their resolve is tested, and they either get a crippling debuff or a pretty good buff for as long as the mission goes. But you know, at 100 and you get a positive thing, it just returns back to 40. Once you go to 100 from there on, it doesn't really do anything. But once a hero reaches 200 stress, they are reduced to 0 health immediately. That doesn't mean they die, but you know, we'll get to that gimmick later. So I can use pistol shot to hit the Fusilier in the back who has only 12 health, or I can attack the bloodletter with whatever. Pistol shot is weaker than open vein because there's a lower damage modifier, negative 25%, but it does have a crit mod, and that's new. I've been playing this since like early access and whatnot. Now pistol shot has extra damage versus marked. That is interesting. Very interesting. This doesn't mark, does it? Nope. Okay. So 4 to 8, you can see down there, 15% chance to get a critical hit, 78% chance to hit. I'll go for it. 5, not that good. Now the enemy's gonna use blanket fire because their speed is 6. Oh, debuffs up a new sound. And that's a stress attack and a bleed attack. Luckily, Reynold resisted the bleed. But that's 7 stress. Not too bad, really. Now I'm going to attempt to stun him. Oh, it also tells you the little things down the bottom. You see where it has a move and it says punishment? It actually tells you what it does. It used to just say the name of the move, so that's new as well. And he resisted my stun because I had 100% base, he had 50% resistance. Because he's a... An interesting thing about this guy is because that he takes up 2 slots, so if I used this attack to hit both of them, it would only hit him once. But yeah. 6. I needed a 7 to kill him. Now your heroes can die here in the tutorial, and I do not want them to because I've been looking at the achievements, and you need Reynold and Dismas to get to the final mission to get an achievement. And I'm hoping I can pick that up in this, you know, let's play here. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. So I'm gonna use Grape Shot Blast because it hits both of them at once, and if it hits him, he dies.
As the fiend
Might as well get some
falls,
extra damage up against him.
faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, corpses. A lot of people left the game when this happened, but it's been managed properly now. They act as temporary obstacles, go away on their own, or you can attack them or use some special skills. They really don't do much, but you can destroy them or move them with some skills, but usually you have better things to do.
Blow to body and brain.
Critical hits, they deal extra stress to the whole party pretty much. So you don't want them, but if you get crits, you get stress relief.
Prodigious size alone does
You also
not
get stress
dissuade
relief
the
if you
sharp
kill enemies
blade.
sometimes. And we get some stuff. Hey look, it's Jade! Except it's not the Jade. And a healing armlet for a leper, but I do not have a leper. When you complete a quest, you get this, and you can either choose to keep adventuring, or you can return to the hamlet. This chest here does contain stuff, but you need a skeleton key to open it. That's why it's called the Bandit's Trap Chest. If you try and open it, it's trapped, you get blight, but that doesn't really matter because you're just going to leave the mission anyway. So, yeah, mission 1 accomplished. Okay, so a thing happened, and apparently my recording crashes. Whenever this screen shows up, like this screen here, the screen beforehand, like, caused it to screw up, and so I have to stop and start recording whenever that happens. So, yeah. At the end of your missions, you get experience, and you level up, and these are level 1 now, they were originally level 0. Now, if you may wonder why the stress levels is different, I had to redo pretty much all that tutorial mission. It wasn't much, and some things changed. I got a different trinket, and I got some, you know, things. So these are quirks. These will be added to you. These are good quirks, both good quirks actually. So yeah, that's pretty good. I have to keep a closer eye on when my recording would crash now. So yeah, jump cut.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Yeah, so if I seem a little annoyed, it's because, you know, my recording crashed, and I'm doing this again, but, you know, yeah, so the graveyard, ancestors' memories, and the stagecoach. The graveyard isn't important right now because no one's dead yet.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Okay, so this is the stagecoach. This is where you're gonna find new heroes. And hang on a second. It seems like my fan was on and was getting in the microphone. That's bad. Okay, at least it didn't last for that long. So yeah, and of course my stuff changed and the distant rolls happened, and yeah. So we get a plague doctor.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And we also get a Vestal.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
So now she has hard noggin, so she has extra stun resist and she has extra bleed resist, but she loses speed when the torch is below 26. Not gonna happen. He's afraid of the unholy, he loses accuracy and stress against them, and he's manic for money. Extra damage with range skills, and extra accuracy, and crit versus human. The plague doctor I got on my other file was pretty much better. He had disorienting blast and battlefield medicine instead of incision and emboldening vapors. Incision is kind of junky. And the Vestal was a lot better because she had both judgment and dazzling light instead of illumination and hand of light. So I'm ticked off about that, but yeah, other than that, it's fine. This is the trinket I got instead of the stupid healing leper thing. It's garbage. I'm actually gonna sell it because I don't need it. My laptop is overheating.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Too bad you lost my reaction to the side of this thing. I do not know what this is. Like, I don't get it. Apparently Revelation must be some massive attack the boss uses or something. And, you know, this is just some loot. But yeah, never mind about that, because I can't do that yet. No, Dismas, go there. So yeah, you slot your people up, and then you get your name.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
The name is merely cosmetic. I'm forgetting what I haven't said. So yeah, now you get to choose supplies. It said just then take 8 food and 4 torches. I'd recommend taking 8 food, 4 torches, 2 shovels, and a skeleton key, and a medicinal herb. Why? Because you might need them. And also, before on my last run, I realized it says this instead of the normal loading screen tip thing. So yeah, jump cut until I get to the next thing. By the way, the first part you did see was, you know, the original recording, because I can salvage that junk, because that recorded and it crashed later, and I'm gonna piece that together. Hopefully the inconsistencies aren't, you know, super terrible. As terrible as the frame rate is, because I'm playing this while my laptop is kind of overheating, and I can't turn the fan on because, you know, hang on. Okay, so this mission is scripted, because last time I got the same fight with 2 skeletons, I was like, what, 2 skeletons? And then I hit the skeleton for an 8. I guess the damage isn't scripted. Why would it be? Precision.
Advantage. Give them no quarter.
Yeah, skeletons cannot be bled. They have 200% bleed resist, but their corpses can for some reason. Don't get that why that is. And I can't hit anyone back here because this Vestal is junk and is healer only pretty much.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And we get some gold. Okay. Unlock strongbox. Hopefully it contains something good. That contained the exact same things it did last time. And there was a thing here last time as well.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
And this fight was the exact same last time as well. Okay. So there are some consistencies here, it seems. Except these guys weren't surprised last time I fought them. This skeleton isn't going to take much damage because he's got 15% protection. Okay, sorry for the coughing. But yeah, that was a crit heal, so it gave him some stress relief.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
This enemy is actually pretty dangerous because she has both a pull and like a stress attack, so be careful. Also, graveyard slash. This game is a king with puns. I'm going to use this to buff up my next attack. Oh, come on, you missed with incision. Oh yeah, you have fear of unholy. Of course you'd miss. I was kind of gambling on, like, killing this skeleton with the Plague Doctor, but I guess taking more time is good because I get to heal. So yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. Buffs last while walking, but they don't last long. Now I know that there is a chest up here because last time it's, you know, it happened. And Reynold actually stole from this chest before. I'm just checking. This contains a key and 4 crests. It actually contains a key and a jade. Okay. Jade will always be by my side, I guess. Jade isn't really worth that much, though, for some reason. You know, it's a gemstone. You'd think it would be worth more. So I'm gonna bleed the cultist brawler in the front because I'm gonna use Zealous to hit the skeleton. And the cultist acolyte dodge. Great. I'll do some divine comfort. Rend for the old gods is not a good skill to be hit with.
Unbalanced.
1 bleeding damage per round for 5 rounds because you got a crit and it lasts. And bleed and blight lasts longer if they get crits. Thankfully that also works in your favor as well if you get a crit. Graveyard Slash is not a soft blow. So let's see, what shall we do? I'm gonna use Plague Grenade to hit the acolyte in the back. And hopefully Grape Shot Blast will kill both of these. That stress attack is not going good for me.
Confidence surges as
there we go.
crumbles.
This is how you do it. I'm gonna use Zealous here to get rid of one of the corpses. I was hoping to get rid of both of them, but you know, can't win them all. Get some gold and some crests.
This expedition at least promises success.
In case you didn't know, crests are used to upgrade town buildings and stuff. I used some and some deeds to upgrade the stagecoach, which I forgot to mention because I did it last time. Now I actually get a scout here. That's good because last time I got hit by this trap because I didn't detect it from the scout. Because I didn't get a scout last time. So yeah, traps happen and you see a trap disarm chance. It's pretty obvious that Dismas is going to be the one to disarm this. Because the highwayman has the higher trap disarm chance. There go all my torches now. What was I going to say? I don't know. There's plenty of stuff to say. It's just that I don't know what to say because, this has happened before. And hunger activation. I forgot about that as well. Damn it. Yeah, you can feed your characters food to recover a little health, but the food is mostly used to stop hunger procs, so that you don't take any damage from that, and you actually get a little bit of healing. But that's the only real use of food. I mean, you can't stuff a unit full of food because they can only eat 4. And this is going to be a tough fight because I haven't boosted the torch. And the lower the torch, the stronger the enemies get. And the higher chance of you getting surprised. So this is one of the most infamous enemies, the Bone Courtier. It's really not a good enemy because it stresses all your units out. And he's dead now.
Blow.
Thank you. Thank Mr. Skeletal. Or curse him. This Bone Arbalist does plenty of damage. You know what? I'm going to use Hand of Light. And it doesn't do much damage, but it doesn't have much accuracy, it seems, either. So basically, forget what I said. This is really loud on my ears. I don't know why it is, though. Nice 10, Crusader. Axe blade to the face. I'm actually going to stun the Arbalist in the back because skeletons don't have high stun resist. They only have 10. That one only has 10. 7, not bad. Let's try Hand of Light again. Okay, it actually hit this time. Now he's losing damage and accuracy. That's good. I'm gonna attack this corpse so the obelisk can't sharpshoot me anymore. These enemies aren't really posing much of a threat. Then again, I've done this fight before. Last time it actually went a lot better. The dodge, that sucks. Bayonet jab is very weak. Technically I could raise the light level and make the enemies weaker that way, but you know, I choose not to. Dead weight is not a damaging attack, but it is a stun and a move. And a decision for the win. And of course I'm going to stay behind to open this chest. Because I have a spare key. Hidden compartment. Get some garbage. So yeah. Team Super Junk is victorious. For some reason it didn't crash, it seems. I don't know why. Okay. Mondayville gets Stress Eater, which is terrible, and Early Riser, which is good. So she got a terrible quirk, but she also got a good quirk.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Clicking back into the window from OBS actually made it so that I couldn't see this, that thing. Basically, negative quirks get locked in over time. Wait, Plutomania already got locked? Okay, that's bad. Known cheat is not bad because that means he can't gamble. It's not as bad as Reynolds God-fearing. Dismas has no stress.
The have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
So your units have to go into these things to reduce their stress. Unfortunately, the one thing that Reynolds can do is being blocked by the Caretaker because he is just an incomplete asshole like that. Right now I'm going to improve the Penance Hall because...
A man in a robe, claiming communion with the divine.
Yes, Wayne.
Madness.
Even though it is the most expensive, it does give the most stress relief. And Mondayville really needs it. Reynolds is going to have to sit down and look pretty because, you know, he can't do anything.
Cards and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
So I'll give you an example of these things and choosing which one. The bar is the lowest, the gambling hall is the medium, the brothel is the highest, and the others are like mirrors from the thing. Since Dismas is a known cheat, he can't go and gamble. And Reynolds, since he's God-fearing, he'll only pray, so he can't do anything here. It's best to remove both of these quirks because, or simply get rid of Reynolds because Reynolds is kind of a junk unit. But you need him for the achievements, so yeah. And we get 3 units that I didn't get last time. Okay. We have Ashwil, the Jester, Photomanias. Less stress damage, torture buff to 75. It's pretty good. Believes he's possessed by demons and he's sickly. It's not that good. We have a Weapon Tinker and Armor Tinker. He's also Kleptomaniac and Nocturnal, so screw him. Meditator, Full Order Release. These units are kind of junk. Flashing Daggers now has an orange glow. Okay. Ooh, Drone Dagger does amount of damage versus marks now. That is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh well. So that's going to be the end of the first episode. I'm going to, you know, render this and see how it turns out. So I'll see you guys in the next video, where we will be going on to another mission. So see you then. Bye.